Something broke the boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
My first truck, what I did right and what I did stupid. So I'm sure everybody wants to know about the stupid part. Let's go. Let's roll out.
Yeah, nobody wants to admit that, but everybody wants to know about other people's stupid shit.
Hey, that's why they're tuning in, man. They want the download.
Yeah,
so make sure it's something that you're not doing right now.
Yeah.
All right. So now, kind of getting off the mechanical side of things. What about the back office? Like the accounting mistakes that can nearly sink a business, early.
I think it gets easier and easier these days to avoid those problems, even though I did run into those problems back in the day when I started.
Okay.
Because again, like right now, like most companies offer fuel cards, right? Some companies like Voyager, we offer fuel cards with major discount programs. And we pass 100% of those discounts to our owner-operator. So there is zero reasons for anybody to use cash, for example, for fuel or for fuel, let's just say, because you're not gonna get as much discount by paying cash as you will get with a fuel card. So, for example, my personal problems back in the day, there was, at least in my circles, there was a very few companies that would offer fuel cards, and the fuel cards that have been offered never had any fuel discounts.
Okay.
So a lot of times we would use cash, because cash you get like 2 cents of the gallon or whatever.
Still stronger than that fuel card.
And it adds up.
Yeah, for sure.
It adds up. So basically, because, or perhaps credit versus cash. And back in the day, even fuel card was considered as a credit, not as cash.
Oh, so you don't even get that discount, yeah?
Yes. So I remember we used to pack quite a bit of cash before we go on the road, and we pay cash for fuel. And then let's say you hit the road with $5,000 in cash. You come back home, and whatever stupid reasons I had back then, I don't recall why, but like I used to come back home, so like I would dump it back into my bank account, and then somehow before I go out, sometimes I would take some other amount, and then for whatever reason I was bringing the money back into my account.
Right.
So later on, a few years goes by, and I got the IRS audit. Like nothing personal, just like a random audit. And all of a sudden, all these transactions that I was putting money back into the account, we accounted all this money as taxable income.
No shit, like capital gains. Yeah.
So it's kind of like the income that I already being taxed on.
Yeah,
on top of that, I was creating myself an additional taxable income on the same money. And man, like it did cost me a lot.
Shit, man.
But these days, with today's technology, all these apps are there. All trucking companies are offering fuel cards. As a matter of fact, even if you can pay cash for your fuel, you should be still using company's fuel card, because you save a lot more money on fuel that way.
Right, yeah.
So I think a couple of things that they see today owner-operators do, and again, back in the day, it was the same, the breakdowns. Keep all your receipts in one place, because God forbid you're gonna get audited. All these stories that, I lost my receipts or I misplaced them, believe me, IRS don't give a flying F about that story.
No, yeah. And
we're just gonna put everything into that little computer, and you're gonna owe them money. So hold on to those receipts. You need them. You need even the track record proving where the money came from, because if you're showing that you paid cash and you're not showing where you pulled cash from, congratulations, you just got served.
Here we go. And I think it's that, man. And again, we're not tax guys. We're just saying be careful, because I've even seen where the guy, when someone's leased on, you get a percentage. So for us, we pay our guy 75%. Well, he files his taxes basically saying, out of his 75% cut, 25% of that goes to us. So he miscalculated that and files his taxes and got audited. And so then when boatload of money, man. And there's these little mistakes that sometimes, guys just get misguided information, and then guys, it's not to play with, because once IRS is in that, you're in it.
So I would say start with using all the tools that are already available.
Right.
Number one, in today's day and age, there are plenty of apps that's going to track your mileage, no problem. Use companies' resources, because let's say, as a startup, future trucking business owner, you may not have all the money for all the fancy programs and everything else, but use your carriers, the carrier that you're leased onto, use their tools to advance your business.
Right.
Even like, for example, breakdown cost or like maintenance cost on your truck. Like every month you need to submit the monthly maintenance form to a carrier. Just DOT regulation, nothing personal. So even if you lazy or you feel it's an additional burden on you, man, it's so much easier to just collect those receipts once a month, shoot it to your safety department, and forget about it. And then let's say something happens and now you're being audited by IRS 3 years down the road and you no longer have anything to do with Voyager for the last 2 years. We still got that. You can always call and be like, yo, can I get the file sent to me? Yeah, absolutely, no problem. If you already somewhat disorganized and you know that more than anybody else, you should use a lot of things that carriers are currently already have on the table for you. Just use it. Don't think it's an enemy.
No, but I think what happens is you got to get beyond the point of just underestimating its importance just because you think it's just about going from point A to point B and that's it. And everything else is just overkill. But no, when you do need this information, that's when you're going to wish you were a lot more organized than you were.
As a matter of fact, I remember like, I don't know, maybe 10, 12 years ago, I was, attending one party. And, this guy, he was like a one-truck company. I was there. And we started talking about trucking and about, taxes and this and that. And this guy is telling me that he only pays $800 a year for taxes. And that he has the best tax guy in the world. And that everybody else is somehow stupid. And I'm like, hold on. $800 in taxes as an owner-operator, you're broke. Like, literally, that's like it's low, man.
Yeah,
and also, he's like, no, but I have the best tax guy, and, he's almost like being combative towards me, and I'm like, I get it, like, you can have the best tax guy ever, but if you're 5 years in business, and every year it's flat $800, something is wrong there. Like, you either like misrepresenting your finances to this guy, or that guy just like packs you into some like prepackaged box and just like rubber stamps it and sends it away, and you think that you got the best guy ever. But if you ever gonna get audited, you fucked.
Yeah, especially if he's not a real guy that like signs off on it. It could just be a guy who prepped it and you're actually signing it. And
look, man, even if he signs off of it, that's his risk to do whatever he wants with his business. At the end of the day, like, believe me, when I had that issue with putting cash back into my bank account, and then I got audited, and some questions that they asked about it, like, so why? How did you do this? How did you do that? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just an idiot for the truck. I'm like, here's what happened. Here, and then that's my receipts. That's my tax guy. Like, I don't know. I'm not a tax person. Like, this is what happened. And we didn't want to hear anything about my tax guy. We simply don't care, because if you would look at those tax forms, even if somebody signs off of like a CPA or whatnot, you are signing off that you provided him with accurate information, so he can go just of that. So if you're pulling your numbers out of your butt, and some tax guys will accept it because it's easier for them than to you bring a trash bag of like receipts, we're gonna treat it as like, oh, if you're saying you spent $40,000 in fuel,
okay,
it's easy for them to just put 40,000 because that's the information you provided. It's not necessarily an accurate information.
Yeah, because you can make fake receipts and give it to him. He's going off of it.
Because even right now, one thing that I hate the most when I see owner-operator kind of, for no good reason, mixing the funds. So, for example, he may use some company fuel card a little bit, and then he would have a few random cash transactions or his credit card transactions. Like, man, you're just causing all kinds of problems, because later on, if you're gonna forget about whatever you did there, and you're gonna come to us, ask, hey, can I get all my fuel transactions? Here we go, that's fuel card transactions. There is nothing more, there is nothing less, it's just that. Everything is provable, everything is documented.
Except it's not gonna match the miles.
But it's not gonna match all your additional expenses. And now you are on the hook. So just don't do that to yourself. Use the resources that are already available to you, and you're gonna be on top. And especially now with the tax season coming up. Yeah, like how many phone calls we get like on a random year with owner-operators who need some data from back in the day who are being audited? Quite a few.
Every year we have a couple people.
So here we go. So just be ahead of the problems, and just do things smart way, and use other people's resources if you don't want to be spending money yourself.
So here we go. Now we got how not understanding fixed versus variable costs can destroy your business.
I think it's I think that's in general a lot of things that we already discussed earlier. I would say this: there is some variable cost that you are not in control of. It's just variable. Tire blowouts,
fuel,
breakdowns, even fuel that's somewhat predictable. Because your fuel mileage will vary, but at the end of the day, miles, fuel, everything is very predictable. But let's just say I would lean more towards the cost of a truck. What's better is that if you're in a better shape, if you're buying a million miler for $500 a month, or you're buying a 320,000 mile truck for $2,000 a month. That predictable $2,000 a month is a lot better than unpredictable million miler, because at the end of the day, if I know that better, well-maintained truck is probably, for example, if you're buying that 320,000 mile truck and you properly maintain it, and there are no other like once in a blue moon circumstances, you will have very few big repairs. There are still going to be repairs. You will need to replace tires from time to time, maintenance, a little bit, some sensor may blow up. Like all these little problems, we're going to be very minimal. And when you're buying this, very low predictable cost, but at the end of the day, an unpredictable like problem maker. Now you can count on it. You can't project. You don't know where you're gonna be in a month from now.
Yeah. So the more variable factors come into the play. So I get that.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are gonna make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you gotta do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.